So you're a music producer, maybe a rapper, maybe a singer-songwriter, maybe just maybe you're a badass musician in a badass band. Well, at least that's what your mom tells her coworkers. Anyway, we spend all this time and money making these awesome visuals for our music. We spend all this time, money, and resources making the music itself. We spend all of our time, money, and resources promoting it. Now, like I always say, building that momentum and building that brand and business, especially that fan base, takes a lot of consistency, patience, and hard work. But what happens when that momentum starts to build, but yet you're not seeing any more sales? Now, this is something that I've gone through personally. A lot of my coaching clients go through the same exact thing. So trust me, guys, I understand how frustrating it can be. But I have good news, guys, because in this video, I'm going to teach you a couple easy, simple little tweaks that you can make to your business and marketing that's going to make those frustrations a thing of the past. Stay tuned. What's going on, guys? Adam Ivy, AdamIvy.com. As always, I appreciate you joining me yet again for another video. Now, you guys have phrased this question a million different ways. That kind of rhymed. But what it really boils down to is that you're getting more traffic, you're gaining momentum, you're taking massive action and being hella consistent. Shout out to all of my channel family who've been taking massive action and seeing results. But the question that you guys have is, where's the money? Now, as I always say, the money doesn't come right away, and the money shouldn't be the number one motivation. But we need money at the end of the day to run a business, to scale a business. So without those purchases, without those sales, we have a slight issue. Now, as I mentioned in the intro, this is something that I've dealt with personally, and I promise you guys, you're not alone. Any successful music producer, beat maker, or recording artist has dealt with this at one point in time in their career. This is something that we all kind of figure out how to get around and get past, which I'm going to share with you in this video, but it's kind of like a rite of passage, right? You have to figure it out before you can get over it. But before I get to that, I want to thank everybody who's been engaging in my videos. You've been smashing that thumbs up button, smashing that like button, leaving hella comments in the comments below, which I appreciate every single one of them. Try to go through them all. And if you haven't yet, please, boom, hit that subscribe button if you want to become a BFF, if you want to become part of the channel family, which is no gimmick. It's the real deal. Hit that little bell icon so you can be the first to know every time I upload a video just like this. And a big shout out to all of my subscribers. I genuinely appreciate you guys. Now, one thing you may or may not know about me, depending on how close we are, how long you've been rocking with me on social media and here on YouTube, is that besides making a comfortable income with my music, I also make a great income doing marketing professionally for multi-million-dollar companies. You can check my credentials. I'm not lying. So I'm not just a DIY guy. A lot of people in the comments below are like, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. Let's just say I've managed hundreds of thousands of dollars in marketing budget for large corporations, and they all kind of have the same issue at one point in time. What's the main issue? The customer doesn't know where to buy. Now, I'm not trying to be the guy who's talking about himself. I'm not a narcissist, maybe a little bit of humble brag because I'm incredibly proud of what I've done professionally. But what I'm really trying to translate to you guys is this is not just a music industry problem. This is not just an online creator's problem. Now, as creators and music lovers, it's so easy to get lost in our home studio, at the kitchen table with your headphones on, in the library, you're at school, you're at your boy's house, you're at your girl's house, you're at a professional studio, you're vibing, you're at the beach. Like Mr. Kuman, shout out to Mr. Kuman. He's like all over the place making beats. But it's so exciting to make this music. We hit up our graphic design friends. We figure this shit out ourselves. We're making awesome visuals. Our boy has a camera, so we make a music video. And we're getting all this stuff ready to share with the world. But something that's so often overlooked is the path, is the business side of things, is the blueprint, is the roadmap to get a customer from hearing your music to buying your music. All too often, I get members of my channel family, you guys, hitting me up saying, nobody's buying my music. People love it. People are giving me a hella compliments, but nobody's buying it. So I say, okay, give me links to all your stuff. I want to get to the bottom of this. And it blows my mind how many of you guys are just making it super complicated for your customers, for your listeners. They're not customers yet, for your listeners and fans to buy your music. Now, all jokes aside, I know how frustrating this is. I know that this is a major issue because I kid you not, in the last week alone, I've had 10 to 12 people hit me up with the exact same complaints, exact same issues. So this is something that I'm going to address. I'm going to break it down very easy. I want you guys to take notes. So to start, I need you to ask yourself this question. If I came up to you in person and asked you where I could buy your music, could you navigate me there in less than 20 seconds? Whether that be pulling out your phone, whether that be telling me where I can go on my phone to buy your music. Now, it's one thing to get people interested in your product, to look at your product, or for this example, to listen to your product, but it's a whole nother ballgame to get people to buy your product. So when you're creating this roadmap, when you're directing them from point A to point B, you need to make that roadmap as stupid simple as possible. Point A, point B, straight line. Now, one thing I see all too often that you might be doing right now, but don't worry, we're going to get you on the right track, is overcomplicating your path, overcomplicating your link to your music. Now, I know that selling your music isn't always going to be your goal, Sometimes you're going to want to send them to Spotify. You want to get your followers up. You want to get your streams up. You want to send them over to SoundCloud to get your followers up over there. Maybe get some hearts, some downloads. Maybe you're giving away your stuff for free. And that's how you're doing your promotion and your content strategy. But this video is really trying to get you from point A to point B, trying to get some money in your pocket, trying to get that flow of customer to purchase or viewer to purchase or listener to purchase. Because a person's not a customer until they actually buy something from you, really, at the end of the day, whether it be t-shirt sales, whether you're selling tractors, coffee makers, beats online, graphic design services, software as a service, some SaaS stuff, getting sassy all up in here. But you need people to buy before they're your customer. So if you have some traffic and you want people to buy your music, don't stop them. Don't get in their way. Get them from point A to point B as quickly as possible. For instance, if I wanted to sell a single, instead of sending people over to Spotify, I might send them to iTunes. I might send them a direct iTunes link or share that with them where they can listen, they can preview, and then right there with a thumbprint, with their login, with whatever, they can buy. Same with Amazon Music. Same with SoundClick if you're a music producer and you're using that platform. Same with a website. If you're using a player such as Airbit, as I've mentioned, or BeatStars, or your own custom coded jQuery or whatever coding on your website, a PayPal button, whatever, make it as easy as possible. Don't get in their way. Now, another thing I need you guys to do is do not commit the deadly sin of copying and pasting across all platforms as if they're one thing. Each platform is its own ecosystem and it each has its own rules, right? Twitter has character limits. Instagram, you can't post a link, a clickable link in the description box. You have to put that in your bio, for instance. So if I were sending people to an iTunes link or even Spotify, I mean, any of this stuff is irrelevant. It's whatever link you're trying to send people to. On Facebook, I'll have the direct link. In the Facebook, I might put an image with the link in the first comment because that's going to get a lot more organic reach on Facebook, for instance. On Instagram, I tell people to go to the link in the bio. If I had a single that I was pushing, a mixtape I was pushing, an album I was pushing, or a drum kit or whatever, a t-shirt, send them to the link. Say link in bio. So they go to your Instagram bio, they can click and get directly there to exactly where you want them. You have to direct people because at the end of the day, we know where it is, but go up to a stranger and ask them where it is. They need to be sent directly there with no confusion. Again, don't get in their way. Now, another thing you might be doing unintentionally or maybe intentionally that I know is holding a lot of you guys back is you're afraid to ask. You scoot around the subject, you kind of skate around it, and you never ask people directly to buy your stuff. Now, don't be pushy, but if you're doing a link, say, buy the single here. Don't just say, hey, check it out and let me know what you think. It's two very different things. If we go to a car dealership and I'm the sales guy and I send you over to, 3 different cars that you came in interested in, I'm like, oh, go check them out. Versus me walking over there and giving you a test drive and saying, you want to talk about finance issues or finance options rather. It's two very different approaches. You need to kind of direct people as far as what you want them to do. Again, a call to action. Now, another issue that I see over and over again mostly pertains to my fellow music producers and beat makers out there. I want to try to talk a little bit slower when it comes to this, is confusing your customers out of a sale. You give them way too many options for no reason. You give them a basic lease, free lease, standard lease, custom lease, exclusive lease, unlimited lease, slightly less than unlimited. Like you give them like 15 different options and you don't really state the differences very clear and concise. So your customer's confused out of it. They think that the basic option is not good enough. The best option's too expensive. It's out of their budget. Therefore, they find a competitor typically that has less options and just gets them right from point A to point B a lot quicker and a lot less confusing. Now, I will be the first to say that I completely understand the game, guys. You really want to appeal to a broader audience, a broader customer base, and that's why you offer all these different things. You want to hit every budget, but don't overcomplicate it. Don't overthink it. Don't say, well, this one's $24. I'm going to offer a $28 option and then a $34 option. Like, just make it a little bit more cut and dry. Give these people the option to buy X, Y, Z, and don't give them too much choice, because too much choice statistically from marketing side is not a good thing. Now, hopefully by this point in the video, guys, the gears are turning. You understand what you may or may not have been doing correct, what you can do better. One other thing I want to share with you guys is a creative way to get people to your business, to your music, and that's buying domain names. Now, I know that it's an investment, but let's say that you have a new single and it's called Cardboard Shorty, right? And you got this new single, it's called Cardboard Shorty. It's like the hardest, dance anthem of the summer. Go to GoDaddy, go to any of the other, I'll put GoDaddy in the description box below. Don't really need to go to it. Any domain name registrar where you can buy a domain name, which is like everywhere, and buy the domain name if it's available for the song. It's pretty simple. So when people say, hey, where do I buy your single? Just go to cardboardshorty.com. Shot it with a W. And it's simple, guys. I mean, that might cost you $7.99 for a year. That's going to help you get more traffic. So it's really an investment back in your business. Now, as a beat maker, I understand that if you're uploading 2, 3, 5 beats a week, that's going to be very expensive. So you don't have to do that. But at the same time, if you have trap beats and you have R&B beats, you might want to find little modifications to really send people there a little bit easier. Now, that's just something to think about as a creative marketing strategy. Now, I want to know how many of you have made it this far in the video and are still rocking with me. You're taking notes, you're getting excited, you're ready to take massive action. If you're still with me, in the comments below, write A to B, because I want to know that you have a better understanding of how to get your customers or your listeners from point A to point B. As always, guys, if you found any value whatsoever in this video, which I genuinely hope you have, smash that thumbs up button for me. Show me that you found some value. If you haven't yet, I invite you to join the channel family by clicking that little subscribe button. Become a BFF by clicking that little bell icon, so you'll be the first to know anytime I upload a new video like this, because sometimes YouTube doesn't want to put it in the subscription feed unless you have that little bell icon clicked. So if anything stood out to you in this video, if anything got your mind going, I want to hear about it. So in the description box below, let me know what stood out to you the most. I also want to see that A to B comment down there to let me know that you're still rocking with me and paying attention. All my comments, not comments, all of my links will be in the description box below, including the Snapchat that I no longer use. And until next time, you can find me at adamivy.com.